Syed Jamil Ahmed, born the 7th of April 1955, is a Bangladeshi scholar and theatre director, and founding chair of the Department of Theatre and Music at Dhaka University. He is probably best known for his innovative work with traditionally Bangladeshi theatrical forms, and for his academic study of these performances, many of which have strong religious and ritual components. A strong advocate of theatre as localized, improvised praxis. The name of Syed Jamil Ahmed is linked with myriads of successful productions in Bangladesh, India, Pakistan and the US. Quote, early life and education. Syed Jamil Ahmed was born in Dhaka city in 1955. He remembers his schooling, family life, and the world around him as narrow, difficult, and oppressive. As he searched for fuller meaning in life, he was suddenly thrown into the Liberation War in 1971 as a freedom fighter. The violence of the war left a deep scar inside him as a 16-year-old. 4. Having seen dead bodies rotting with gaping holes and the charred remains of abandoned homes. 4. Having walked the streets of Dhaka city, clasping the clip of an unpinned grenade in his trousers pocket. Quote, quite accidentally, Jamil came in touch with an amateur theatre group named Dhaka Theatre in 1974. Theatre appeared not only creative but also meaningful, he recounts, since the group worked out of a deep-seated conviction that its action could generate positive social action. Quote, in 1975, Jamil received a scholarship from the Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, and dropped out of English Literature BA. Hons. program at the University of Dhaka to join the National School of Drama in New Delhi. Here, from 1975 to 1978, he studied for 3 years and worked as an apprentice fellow for another year, under the guidance of 2 iconic figures of Indian theatre, Ibrahim Alkazi and B.V. Karanth. One of them, Alkazi, guided him through Western theatre, and the other, Karanth, through the indigenous, traditional theatre of South Asia. He received his diploma in dramatic arts with distinction from the National School of Drama in 1978. Stage design, higher studies, and applied theatre. After his return from the National School of Drama to Bangladesh in 1979, Jamil successfully saturated the local theatre scene with new ideas and concepts that simultaneously drew from the local and the international theatre practices. Quote, soon, he emerged as a leading stage and light designer whose designs created great impact for their compositional richness, expansive power, and poetic visualization in productions such as Akale and Tan, The Immovable, Rakta Karabi, Red Oleanders, and Chitrangada by Rabindranath Tagore, Kitankola and Karamat Mangal by Salim Al-Din, Satyahatr Kanakadi by Mumtazuddin Ahmed, Abesh by S. M. Solomon, The Tempest by Shakespeare, The Rise and Fall of the City of Mahogany and the Measures Taken by Bertolt Brecht in Bangladesh, and Iphigenia in Taurus by Euripides and The Good Woman of Setsuan by Bertolt Brecht in Calcutta, India. Indeed, he can claim most of the credit for the radical shift that Bangladesh theatre witnessed, from the painted scene design of the 1970s to the realist, symbolic and surrealist design in the 1980s. Consequently, he was awarded the prestigious Munir Chowdhury Samman in 1993. After 8 years of freelance theatre practice in a country that knew no professional career in urban theatre, Jamil departed from Bangladesh to study under Clive Barker at the University of Warwick in England. In 1987-88, Clive made a deep impression upon him by introducing him to theatre for development. what goes by the name of applied theatre today, and the praxis of Paulo Freire, Augusto Boal, Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Ros Kidd, Michael Editon, David Kerr in Latin America and Africa. Their work deeply resonated in Jamil because he was passionately searching for valid reasons for engaging with theatre amidst all the poverty and gloom of life in the Third World, and because he wanted to believe that theatrics, the art of theatre and not histrionics, could add meaning to life. Upon his return home, he set himself to put his learning into practice by first engaging with a left-leaning landless farmers' political party, and then with international and national non-governmental organizations working in Bangladesh. In 1992, he was also elected to the Ashoka Fellowship by the Ashoka Foundation, USA, for seeking, through children's games and simple theater performance, to help poor working children realize that their lives can be creative and meaningful, that the world is changeable, and that human beings are the ones who change it. Quote, however, by 1995, he was disillusioned on all applied theatre fronts, as he argues in an essay published in 2002. Theatre for development employed by non-governmental organizations in Bangladesh, which is almost entirely funded by international donor organizations, serves globalization in the name of poverty alleviation. Quote, Jamil continues to engage with applied theatre, but maintains his distance from the NGOs, and is highly critical of the manner that neoliberalizing institutions continue to appropriate and domesticate the liberating potentials of theatre, teaching, directing, and writing. Jamil joined the University of Dhaka in 1989 to teach at a nascent course in theatre, and went on to found the Department of Theatre and Music in 1994. Guided by his vision of bridging the West with the indigenous, traditional of Bangladesh, he built a strongly performance-oriented pedagogy, which led to its recognition as a major center of experimental and innovative productions. His major contribution to the pedagogy of the department, now grown into the Department of Theatre and Performance Studies, has been the introduction of theatre for development, theatre in education, performance studies, sociology of theatre, and psychoanalysis in theatre. His academic work led him to be awarded Fulbright Fellowship twice, the first time in 1990. His award took him to the Antioch College, Yellow Springs, Ohio, USA, as a scholar in residence, where he taught and directed, with Denny Patridge, The Wheel, an English translation of Salim al-Din's Shaka. The second award took him to the San Francisco City College, California, USA, in 2005, as a visiting specialist under the program Direct Access to the Muslim World. Along with his academic career, Jamil continued to direct plays, both at home and abroad, in all of his directorial ventures in Bangladesh from 1991 to 2010. His signature brio has been a strong predilection for indigenous archetypes and popular myths. Quote, in 1991, he created an uproar in the spectators of Dhaka City by the ingenuity of a performance vocabulary that borrowed from the indigenous theatre. In 1992, his intellectual probe into a localized Islamic narrative based on the Karbala legend led to a recontextualized production of Bishud Shindu, a 6-hour epic tragedy based on Mir Moshe Raf Hosseini's acclaimed novel. As Guha the Kurta observed in 1994, because the theme and presentation of the production are very relevant today. Bishud Sindhu represents contemporary theatre in Bangladesh in every sense of the word. Quote, from 1993 to 1997, he embarked on voyages to distant rural pockets of Bangladesh, spurred by his PhD research. He lived there, attended numerous performances of the indigenous theatre in situ, and discovered for himself a tradition of wisdom and creativity which is the collective product of the people. Quote, he was awarded PhD by the University of Dhaka in 1997 for his thesis on indigenous theatrical performance in Bangladesh, its history and practice. Part of his PhD research was published as Ashanpaki Infinity, Indigenous Theatre of Bangladesh, which was praised as a major contribution to the cultural richness and history of Bangladesh, and to any possible methodology for theatre anthropology. Quote, most importantly, his voyages to the rural pockets served as a strong empirical foundation, on which he devised a revisioning of a number of indigenous theatre productions. These were Kamala Rania Sagar Digi, based on the indigenous form of narrative performance Parlagan, in 1997 in Dhaka, Ek Hazariya Ek Thi Rate, based on the 1001 Nights, in 1998 in Karachi, Bahula Basan, an adaptation of the Padma Puran, 2004 in Dhaka, Pahia, Hindi translation of Shaka, at the National School of Drama in New Delhi in 2006, and Shong Bong Chong, based on the indigenous theatre form of Shong Jatra, in Dhaka in 2009. All these productions were extremely well received by the critics as well as the theatregoers, and contributed to his winning of the coveted Nandika National Theatre Award in Calcutta in 1999. Perhaps the one of the most acclaimed of all his productions is Bahula Basan, which participated in Bharat Rang Mahotsav, New Delhi, 2006, and Leela, South Asian Women's Theatre Festival, Kolkata and New Delhi, 2010. Commenting on Bahula Basan at the Leela Festival in New Delhi in 2010, The Hindu observed, this production from Bangladesh would be remembered for long for its rich musicality drawn from traditional sources, excellent performances and the artistry of the director. Quote, the Telegraph hailed the production as a revelation, not only in terms of performance, but also in terms of its politics that privileged women as actors, by casting them in all the roles, including those of men, and relegating the male performers to the music. Quote, most importantly, by excavating into the collective psyche of the people by means of these productions, Jamil has demonstrated his effort to redefine post-colonial locationality, and help develop a unique set of working principles for others to follow. Quote, research and productions. Since 2002, Jamil has devoted more time to research, which he has presented in numerous international conferences, and published in journals such as TDR, The Drama Review, New Theatre Quarterly, Asian Theatre Journal, Inter-Asia Cultural Studies, South Asian Popular Culture, Research in Drama Education, Asia, Magazine of Asian Literature, Asian Ethnology, and South Asian Journal. Some of the research papers have been translated in Korean, Chinese, French and Norwegian. The cumulative result of his research work and theatre making led the National School of Drama to confer on him B.V. Karanth Smiti Puraskar in 2009. At present, Jamil appears to be moving away from his signature brio, underpinned by indigenous archetypes and popular myths. Macbeth, directed at the National School of Drama in 2010, was found to be remarkable for creative collaboration between director and light designer, which produced the right atmosphere to reveal a story of darkness and hideous evil with intense dramatic force, but, at the same time, was devoid of the indigenous performance idiom Jamil is so well known for. The same observation is applicable to the other production, Myriads, directed in Kolkata in 2012. Based on a performance text collating passages from Tagore's poem Parashode, the Natyagiti Parashode and the dance drama Shyama, plus songs and excerpts from elsewhere. Myriads has been praised as a milestone that displays encouraging signs of adventurous experimentation so often lacking in Bengali theatre. Quote, perhaps Jamil has embarked on a new voyage that will take him beyond the shores of the indigenous theatre of Bangladesh. Published works. Books. Haja Bachar. Bangladesh Natika Natyakala. Bangladesh Shilpakala Academy. Dhaka. 1995. Asimpaki Infinity. Indigenous Theatre of Bangladesh. University Press Limited. Dhaka. 2000. Asimpaki Infinity. Indigenous Theatre of Bangladesh. University Press Limited. Dhaka. 2000. Tritiya Bishwa Bikalpanatyadara. Unnayan Natya. Tatwa Oprajog. Shamabesh. Dhaka. 2001. In Praise of Niranjan. Islam. Theatre in Bangladesh. Patik Samabesh. Dhaka. 2001. Reading Against the Orientalist Grain. Anderson Printing House. Kolkata. 2008. Applied Theatrics. Essays and Refusal. Anderson Printing House. Kolkata. 2013. Chapter in Books. Selected. Designs of Living in the Contemporary Theatre of Bangladesh. In Ashish and Gupta. Ed. Mapping South Asia Through Contemporary Theatre. Basingstoke. Palgrave Macmillan. 2014. Performing the Bengali Nation. Munir Chowdhury's Kabir and Syed Huq's Parawaj Power J. In N. Premchand. N. L. Singh. And M. C. Arunkuma. Eds. Reimagining Theatre. A collection of essays on theatre and performance. pp. 144-153. Impel. Manipur University. 2014. Theatre. Representations of Women, Gender, and Islamic Cultures in Theatre Bangladesh. Encyclopedia of Women and Islamic Cultures. Online supplement I. Examining Interventionist Theatre in a Multi-Axial World of Transience. An Essay in Refusal in Drama as Social Intervention. Michael Balfour and John Summers. Eds. Captis University Publications. Concord. 2006. Theatre. In Siraj al-Islam. Ed. Banglapedia. National Encyclopedia of Bangladesh Volume 10. pp. 111-128. Dhaka. Asiatic Society of Bangladesh. 2003. 3 entries titled Jumur Jatra, Gazir Gan, and Mukas Nac in South Asian Folklore. An Encyclopedia. Edited by Margaret A. Mills, Peter J. Klaus and Sarah Dermond. New York. Routledge. 2002. Drama and Theatre in History of Bangladesh. 1704-1971. Volume 3. Social and Cultural History. Ed. Siraj al-Islam. Dhaka. Asiatic Society of Bangladesh. 1992. Journals. Selected. A Psychoanalytic Reading of Malankamala. Rubban. Nurbanu. And Madna Manjari. Popular Imaginings of the Wife-Mother by the Bengali People. Asian Ethnology. Volume 70. No. 2. 2011. 223-203. Revisiting a Dream Site of Liberation. The Case of Mukta Natik in Bangladesh. Research in Drama Education. The Journal of Applied Theatre and Performance. Volume 16. No. 1. 2011. pp. 5-27. Mimicry and Counter Discourse on the Palimpsest of Nagori. The Play of St. Anthony and His Double. Sadhu Anthony. Asian Theatre Journal. Volume 27. No. 1. Spring 2010. pp. 40-75. Performing and Supplicating Manic PIR. Infrapolitics in the Domain of Popular Islam. Quote, TDR. The Drama Review 53. 2. T202. Summer 2009. pp. 51-76. Manic PIR plays as a subaltern trickster. Grandiloquent tales of extra-scriptural imagination. Beyond Borders. The Sark Journal of Literature. Ideas. Arts. Volume 4 No. 1. 2008. The Non-Dit in the Zenana. Representations of Muslim women in Islamic canonical texts. The Neo-Colonial Imagination and a Feminist Response from Bangladesh. Inter-Asia Cultural Studies. Volume 7. No. 3. 2006. Hegemony, Resistance, and Subaltern Silence. Lessons from Indigenous Performances of Bangladesh. TDR. The Drama Review. 50. 2. T190. Summer 2006. Tibetan Folk Opera. Lamo in Contemporary Cultural Politics. Asian Theatre Journal. Volume 23. No. 1. Spring 2006. Negotiating Theatre. In Place, Instead of War. Research in Drama Education Volume 11. No. 1. February 2006. pp. 59-75. Witnessing the Death of Pangtod Kam in Sikkim. When a People Do Not Need to Remember. New Theatre Quarterly. Volume 21. Part 2. NTQ 82. May 2005. When Theatre Practitioners Attempt Changing an Ever-Changing World. Response to Tim Prentke's Save the Children. Change the World. Research in Drama Education. Volume 9. No. 1. 2004. When Becoming the Character in Asian Performances Non-Duality in Quintessence of Void. The Case of Karaya Nrtya of Nepal. The Drama Review. 47. 3. T179. Fall 2003. The Ritual of Devil Madhua. Problematizing Dharma in Ethnic Conflicts of Sri Lanka. New Theatre Quarterly. Volume 19. Part 4. NTQ 76. November 2003. Decoding Myths in the Nepalese Festival of Indrajatra. New Theatre Quarterly. Volume 19. Part 2. NTQ 74. May 2003. Wishing for a World Without Theatre for Development. Demystifying the Case of Bangladesh. Research in Drama and Education. Volume 7. No. 2. 2002. Contemporary Theatre in Bangladesh. A Critique. SPAFA Journal. Volume 5. No. 1. 1995. Buddhist Theatre in Ancient Bengal. Journal of the Asiatic Society of Bangladesh. Volume 40. No. 1. June 1995. From Theatre to Anthropology. Victor Turner's Social Drama. The Dhaka University Studies. Part A. Volume 50. No. 2. December 1993. Theatre and Islam. Dhaka University Studies. Part A. Volume 47. No. 2. December 1990.